Hello, welcome to the Just Tiff podcast, where I tell you guys some real life stories about some real life topics. This is episode number 30, the big 3-0. And I just want to say thank you all for tuning in, and thank you all for just taking time out of your day to listen and or watch this podcast. So let's just get into it, y'all. The topic today is going to be what God told me. Okay, now I have soon discovered recently that people that are watching my podcast are not all family and friends. So, I'm apparently venturing out there. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. But I definitely just want to say, going into this topic, that for those of you that don't know me, and are those of you who think you may know me, I am semi an analyst. My thought process does not just stay here and go to like A, B, and back. It goes like A, Z, G, H, L, Q, A. So it does a lot. I think of a lot of different things. With that being said, let's get into it. So let me say, a lot of why I wanted to bring this to you all is because I watched another influencer, and I felt like she had just recently spoke about this on her podcast. So I kind of felt like it was, relating to me, and then just kind of hearing God speak with me. And I felt like with him speaking to me, I have the responsibility to share his word. Although the message was for me, it could also be for someone else, depending on whatever the situation may be. So when I say I think A, G, Z, M, back to A, is I have a tendency at times, I can be a Debbie Downer. I can also be a negative Nancy. It just depends on the day. And I typically stew in my negativity when I get it and when it starts to happen. But like, I will start off, for example, I may have a thought, and the thought may be, why do people not know that I am a good mother, regardless of how many times I yell at my children? Because they get on my nerves. I love them though, but they get on my nerves. And then I can literally start with that thought, and within 2-3 minutes, I'm at, well, I don't understand why people don't know that I need a break as a mom, because I'm tired. These kids get on my nerves. And then it goes back to, why don't people understand that I am a good mom, even though sometimes I yell at my kids because they get on my nerves. And then, y'all, I will literally leave that thought and then go, well, I don't understand why people don't know that I am a hard worker, even though I have a sit-down job. Like, a desk job don't mean I work less harder than anybody else that has like a stand-up job or a manufacturing job. I'm sitting at my desk, but I'm clicking my mouse 24/7, and I'm typing, and I'm doing a lot of different things as a graphic designer, and it is not all, oh, you got a sit-down job. It's not easy. And then I'll go from that to, I don't understand why I'm getting judged based off of how I dress, and people think down upon me and think that I am in deep depression because I don't dress nice and my kids do. And then I think that. And then I think, well, why do certain people talk to me a different way than they would say my white coworkers versus me? Why do people assume that I have an attitude when I don't? Why do people just randomly say, all right, well, Tiffany, we're not gonna fool with you, and I haven't done anything to them? Like, all of these thoughts start jumbling up in my brain, literally just off of one thought. And y'all, as I was having all of these thoughts, and I literally was like going here, there, everywhere. And it was literally like, wow, sometimes I do have an attitude. Wow, sometimes I do need a break. Wow, sometimes these kids do get on my nerves, but I do love them. Wow, sometimes I do want to dress nice, but It's hard. It's really hard because since children, the desire is just not there, y'all. It's not. And that's a whole nother topic. So, cutting to the part where God was talking to me. Like, y'all, I promise y'all, as confusing as all of that just seemed as me telling you it, that's how it is in my brain. And my brain was just like, wow. And then I literally heard God say to me, Tiffany, you cannot control what other people feel nor think about you. You can only control what your response will be. And y'all, now, as my husband so frequently would tell me, I seem to learn with repetition, because it's not the first time I've heard it. I credit him, Lord knows, for a lot of things, because he will tell me things, but it's like, if I hear it one time, it ain't sticking, so I have to hear it multiple times, and maybe even in different ways, and that's probably because how I'm thinking, that it finally sometimes will stick with me. Lord, let it stick with me this time. But it really just, it brought everything to fruition to me. My great aunt Ethel, who is dead and gone, God rest her soul, used to always say, regardless of how people treat you, you always do right. And me and my mom used to laugh about it all the time, because we would always joke about it and be like, oh, well, Ethel used to always say you're supposed to treat people right. And we're like, yeah, I don't know about this. This person deserved my attitude today. This person deserved this attitude today. And even with my ladies' Bible study that we have with our church, we haven't too long just wrapped up a series on fruits of the Spirit. And y'all, I kept thinking about it, and it was like God was just bringing all of that to me as I was so deep in my thought. And it was just like, we just learned and went over the 9 fruits of the Spirit, and it's like, none of those fruits say, oh, okay, well, I can only give you love, peace, joy, gentleness, and kindness, just to name a few. If you treat me the way you're supposed to treat me, if you treat me the way I want you to treat me, I didn't like how you said hey today, so I'm gonna hold back this love and this kindness and this gentleness, because you're not being like I want you to be today. And the same that's how we learned our Bible study. None of that is in the Bible. He doesn't say that in the Bible. God doesn't tell us that, hey, you gotta base it off of how people are acting towards you before you come at them. Like you can't. No, don't speak first. Don't be kind to people until they be kind to you. That ain't in the Bible, y'all. And it hit me for that. But then it also hit me too, is I can't control other people. And I have a control issue. I, Tiffany, have a control issue. Because I do feel like I have to, it's gotta go the way I want it to go. And I do have a problem at times trying to accept things that I cannot control. And one of those things is how people view me. Another one of those things is how other people feel. And I can't, get so wrapped up in, oh, well, I hope they don't look at me like, oh man, she looks depressed because she doesn't care about how she dresses. And it's like, no, I want you to have empathy for me, and knowing that I am a mother of 2 kids that are literally 12 months and 17 days apart. That's how close they are. And that's how much they keep me on my toes. I am 34 years old with a 4-year-old and an almost 3-year-old. And I mean, y'all, they keep me going. And it is a job. It is a job. Okay? It is stressful. Now, is it worth the rewards and the benefits of being their mother? Yes, of course. Y'all, I pray for my children. That don't mean they don't get on my nerves. It's a blessing that gets on my nerves. But I say all of that to say, like, y'all, none of us know what each other are going through, and I don't know if any of y'all are like me, who thought processes literally a Venn diagram, and we going here, there, down the street, back to Africa, come back, go to Canada, come back over here, and now we've got a thought, you know. And some of y'all might not think like that, but have empathy for people that do, because I won't say we can't control it. We probably could, but sometimes for me, once it starts, is oh, honey, I'm gone. Like literally, is the game of Monopoly. Once I pass go, I'm collecting the 200. Let's go. Like it's not even a oh, I can stop myself. I can't stop myself yet, y'all. I'm working on it. God is getting me there. And that's how he stopped me today. He literally was like, Tiffany, hey, you've gone off rail. Bring it back in. You cannot control anybody, and I can't control what other people feel nor what other people think of me, and I have to accept that, you know. And we all have to accept that, y'all. You can't worry about other people and their emotions and their feelings, because they're all entitled to their emotions and their feelings, you know, and you are entitled to yours as well. So let me not say that you can't have feelings. You can have feelings, y'all, but God is more looking at us and holding us accountable as to how we respond to other people, you know. And again, going back to the 9 fruits of the Spirit, God doesn't tell us to only use them when we're getting our way, because there are going to be a lot of times in life we're not going to get our way. And it's how we react, you know. Like right now with my toddlers, we're trying to teach them, hey kids, you're not going to always get what you want. There's not going to always be a yes. And when you don't get your yes, you got to suck it up, move on to something else, move on to another toy in their instance. And instead it's a, it's like, no. Nope. We said no this time, but there may be a next time, okay? Breathe, you know. And my 4-year-old, oh, she's real good, because whatever cartoon we were watching, they legit were doing meditation, and girlfriend is literally, I breathe in my man. I'm like, thank you. And now I'm having to take a note out of her book, because I gotta start breathing, y'all. And to say a lot of it too, though, y'all, going back to the influencer that I watch, she had spoke about how she was speaking with her therapist, and she was telling her therapist that she cringes at times, and at times, I'm trying to make sure I say it right, y'all. She feels like when she was in the working world, the corporate world, she had to monitor how she spoke, her tone, you know, even with how words that she used in emails and things, because she didn't want to come across as the angry Black woman. And although I have been at my current job for a little over a year, I too have said that same thing. It's been pet peeve for me. I will say that, because it's a strong hate, y'all. I hate when I see my white coworkers and they will see one of our other white coworkers in front of me or around me, wherever, and they're like, oh, hey, good morning. And then when they get to me, it's like, what's up, Tiffany? No, just say, hey, good morning to me, just like you did them over there. Like, don't make a difference out of me. That bothers me. But I don't like to be perceived as the angry Black woman. And a lot of when this thought kicked in for me was at my previous job, because we had a customer service department, and our customer service department could easily pick up the phone and be like, hey, such and such, dial a 123, and then they would hang up. It had become apparent with the Black customer service reps when they got on, and it would be like, hey, such and such, call 123, and then they would hang up, and it would be like, never mind, I'm not going to call 123 because she sounds angry. And people started treating those customer service reps differently based off of their tone and their attitude. And it mostly were the white people, but it would be like, oh wow, I didn't know y'all looked at me like that. Like, just because I have a tone, I have a different tone. And yeah, I might be a little angry right now because something's happening or something may be wrong. But it's kind of those thoughts that you don't generally think about, but you can't control it, y'all. And I think that's the thing that God was really trying to tell me, is that I can't control it. I can't control how other people feel. I can't control what other people think of me. And I know there's a good chunk of people that don't like me, and that's just because of people I've come across in my life, and probably a good chunk of it in my past, probably a good chunk of it because of my mouth. I talk a lot, y'all. I do. But let me say all of this to make sure I give the word, y'all. If you get the chance, read Matthew 6, y'all, 26 through 27. And I am reading one of my old study Bibles, y'all, so bear with me. It says, "Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Who of you, by worrying, can add a single hour to his life?" And y'all, it made me think about that too, because it was like, I'm worrying about what other people feel or what other people are thinking, and I can't control any of that. That's worrying for what? It's not gonna change anything. I can only accept and respond the way God would have for me to respond. And when I lose my self-control and attitude Tiffany comes out, it don't help. It don't, y'all. It really is not gonna help anything. Also, when you guys get the chance, read Matthew 6. Oh, you guys, I had it. 34. Matthew 6:34. That says, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." Y'all, I'm gonna close it out. I'm gonna say it like we in church. I'm gonna close it out, but I'm gonna close it out to say, focus on yourself and focus on Christ. When we are being more like Christ, he has the chance to take lead, and less of us will get out of the way. We will get out of the way, and he will fill us. I say it almost every first Sunday when I do get the chance to do devotion at our church, and I get up there to pray, and I say, "Lord, remove me, speak through me." And I'm getting to a point in an age where I am having to say that now in different parts of my life, instead of just at church during devotion. "Lord, speak through me. Lord, help me to see this situation in your perspective and not in an angry Tiffany perspective, and responding as angry Tiffany would. Give me your clarification. Give me the understanding that I need, Lord." And I can definitely tell y'all Proverbs 3:5, "Lean not into thy own understanding, but always trust the Lord." Hey, I don't need to look at that one. I know that one. So I'm telling y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. And if any of y'all are like me, God gonna bless us, okay? We still gonna get our blessing. We just gotta stop thinking so deep on everything and overanalyzing everything. God has a plan for us. He's already made a way for us. We just gotta keep trusting and depending on him and respond in a Christ-like manner. If you get the chance, look up the 9 fruits of the Spirit, y'all. I promise y'all, none of them in the Bible say it got to go your way first before you start doing them. That's not how it works. I promise y'all it don't. It sucks. It does. It sucks because it's hard. It's hard. This flesh in me is like, no, you're going to get this attitude. But that's not, they not in heaven with attitudes. That's not, nope, So we're going to have to work on it, y'all. You, me, we going to have to work on it, okay? Now, I'll see y'all later. Bye.